benefits men more than it does women. Divorce benefits women more than it does men. Pay attention because I'm about to drop some game. Marriage is not goals. You know what marriage is? Marriage is a scam, and it's a way to trap somebody to abuse them forever and indefinitely.
I thought I'd start a little different today because I wanted that to hit you guys hard. I wanted you all to hear that first. Because one thing is very, very apparent about the internet. Not everybody should have a microphone. Hello, my friends. Yes, it's the older man back with another lesson. This one's going to be a little hard hitting. This one's going to hit you in the gut. Oh, man. Because I need to highlight a few problems, especially area of relationships. And some of these videos I'm going to be sharing with you, I'll probably get demonetized on this video, to be honest with you, but it has to be shown. And you know what, guys, that reminds me, if you guys want to support me, it's best not to support me on YouTube, because number one, YouTube takes 30% of whatever you donate. Then on top of that, your Uncle Sam takes 24%. Okay, that's 54% that they take from me. Yeah, so I don't get a lot of whatever you guys donate through YouTube. If you want to support the channel, go to my link in the description and buy me a coffee. It's the cheapest and easiest way. I get 95% of whatever you guys donate to the channel. Okay? Just thought I'd highlight that because I never like asking for money. I usually don't. I prefer to give you something for value, you know, chatting to you. And, you know, you get something back while you help support me. I'm going to start bringing in merch. And, of course, one thing that is heating up and should be up and running and ready by the end of this month is the community. I am starting a community because I want to do this thing full-time, guys. I want to do this full-time. I want to help you guys full-time. And hopefully in a month or so, I can start doing this full-time. So that's my goal. Okay, so go over to askanolderman.com and join the community. Let me know that you're interested. So let's get back to this woman and let her explain her bizarre way on how she sees marriage is a scam that only benefits men. Yeah. Let's proceed.
Most men will use marriage. They'll weaponize it. They'll be on their best behavior until y'all get married, and then the mask drops. Then he shows his natural ass in that marriage because he feels that you're trapped and you can't go nowhere, especially if y'all have kids. He married you to turn you into his mother. That's why he loses sexual attraction for you once y'all get married, because in his mind, you have taken the place of his mama and he can't have sex with his mama. That's gross.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. Number one, men never cut off sex in marriage. That is what women do. Number two, why would he marry you and then treat you like crap? Try to build a family with you just so that you would divorce him. 70 to 90% of marriages are filed by women. Women have no problem being single mothers because they know that they get child support and governmental support. So why would a man get married in order for the government to then interfere in a woman to keep sucking from him? How the hell does that make sense, lady? This is why you guys got to be careful about what podcasts you watch. And just because she's shouting and she's emotional, she can be convincing to a lot of women who are very vulnerable to a lot of bullshit that these women are spouting out there. It's insane.
He also married you to turn you into a slave and a maid and a mule. And if he loses his job, you're going to pay all them fucking bills, and he's going to take his time looking for new employment because you got it all. He can slack up on the bills because he knows you're responsible. And whatever he don't do, he know for a fact you gonna do it, whether you want to do it or not, because you're the more responsible one. And if he cheats, he knows how difficult it is for you to get out the marriage.
You see, I really feel sorry for black people, especially these mothers that never grew up with a father, because her whole concept of marriage is just way off. It's so bad, it doesn't even sound like a marriage. The whole idea of getting married is to build together. A man doesn't need you to suck his money in order for him to build himself. This is what this woman is missing. A man could go and impregnate a woman anywhere and don't marry her. But if the man chooses to marry her, he's on the hook. And this idiot is spouting this garbage? I don't understand this woman. She's obviously been hurt by a man.
You can't up and leave because both of y'all names is on the mortgage, on the lease. His name is on the bills. You can't kick him out the house. Go to the police with that shit and watch what the police tell you. He legally has a right to stay, a resident in the household, even though you catch him cheating. So you're stuck with him.
Yeah, go to the police with that shit and say all you have to do is say it's an abusive environment. He's mentally or physically abusing you. That's it. The man is out. They don't kick out a mother and child. They kick out the man. So lady, stop it. Stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Step away from the podcast. Step away from the microphone. Delete this video.
He knows he could cheat and come right back to you because y'all are married. You got his last name and his kids, and you can't just up and leave.
Yeah, most of the time women cheat. You're stuck with him until you decide to kick him out. The man has to leave.
So tell me who's benefiting more from marriage while he's stressing you the fuck out. But baby, once you file that divorce, and once that judge grants you the divorce, and that judge grants you child support and spousal support, oh, he's gonna fucking hate that shit. And he's gonna hate the fact that he can no longer control you while living a double life and fucking multiple side bitches. See, to an abusive man, divorce means loss of control.
No, divorce means loss of income. And a man will try his hardest not to be in that position. Divorce means loss of his kids. A man tries hard not to be in that position. Whatever man that you decided to give your womb to, my dear, you made a really, really bad choice. Because this man is not the man you should have married. And you should have seen this before you got married, my friend. But you're a bitter woman. You're going to need some serious healing. But you're talking shit.
He cannot no longer fuck you. He cannot no longer control you or tell you what to do. He can no longer tap into your bank account because y'all don't have joint bank accounts no more. He can't stay in your fucking business even though you're dating other people. He lost that control. Men hate divorce. Ladies, protect your money, get a prenuptial agreement, and make that man get a psychiatric evaluation before you marry him.
Yes. Ladies, get a prenup so you don't take the man's money. Most of you are not going to marry a man that makes less than you. Oh, that was I have no words for that one. I really don't. Woo! So lady, I'm going to show you some of the experiences men have to go through.
Hit me though. You're gonna hit me though. Is you? I'm calling my daddy right now. I'm calling my daddy right now.
Boy, that was funny. That was funny. Hopefully your father don't actually show up, because if I was him, I would do exactly what I was prepared to do to your father. For sure. You would got 50%. If he comes over thinking he's a superhero, you don't get 100. Don't care the age. He ain't my daddy.
That's what a lot of men have to put up with. Abuse at home. Why? Every man knows that the second he put a mark on that woman, that's it. His ass is behind bars. And I'm going to show you some more videos like this because I don't know if this one was a skit or not, because this camera was way too conveniently placed.
When you hear a woman says, I can do without a man, there's no problem. It only means that's a foolish word. Woman. We can't live this life without men. I know you are a feminist and you can't, much I know you can't kill me for saying that statement. You will talk, but you will not kill me. We can't live in this world without war. Wait until your car has a flat tire in the middle of nowhere and the vehicles are passing. Have you ever seen a woman stop to help you? Normally, who stops to help you? A man drives and pulls aside and say, Madam, I am so-and-so. Do you need help? Have you ever seen a woman walk out of his car to come and help you fix your tire? In fact, it is when you have a flat tire that you appreciate that God, thank you, you created what? Man. You can't be women only who desire men when you're in need of the strength of a man. And it becomes useless when you feel you're financially empowered.
No.
But you also want a child at the same time. You don't want men, but you want a what? Don't you think you're stupid? You don't want men, but you want a what?
It's in Africa as well, my friends. This is an African preacher, and she has to lay it down for these women over there. The problem is everywhere. I don't need a man. The virus is spreading across all continents.
I told you a week before I left. It's a week before I left. A week before I'm leaving. It's a week before I left. And you want it's a week before I'm leaving. No, hold on, I'm recording. Okay? Well, keep tearing that shit. Keep tearing all this shit up in. Go ahead. Tear everything you want. I'll pick the shit up. Break whatever you want. Just don't touch my shit.
I touch your shit too.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay. All because I want to go on vacation. We just came back from Maui. You spend $10,000.
Shut up if you want to go.
Yeah.
Dang it. For what?
Look, why are you touching my
For
stuff?
what?
Why are you touching my
For
stuff?
what? For what?
Don't touch my paperwork.
For what?
What the fuck are you
What do you
doing?
want to go for?
Man, I'm out.
For what? You got my fucking nerves. I hate this shit.
Wow. And that poor child, that's the only person I'm concerned about. That poor child is being held in her arms while she screams, act belligerent, and be overly aggressive. Imagine what's going through that baby's brain. The fear every time she make a noise. She has no concern for that child. She just wants to be emotionally abusive. She don't care. It's insane what women will put babies through. Kids are the victims in so many of these cases. But she needs to get that out there. She don't want him to go on vacation. But yet she went to Maui, spent $10,000 prior. I don't know why they didn't go together, but that's a whole other story. What I'm trying to display in this case is that society have placed women above men when it comes to aggression. They have said, oh, men are aggressive and men are just disgusting. And what I'm trying to point out to you is how aggressive and how belligerent and how narcissistic women are in relationships.
Women are the architects of compassion, strength, and grace. In every role they play, they support each other. Women are pure and have never done anything wrong in their life. There is never a need for them to apologize because they are always correct. Women can never cause pain because they are great and are providers of care and compassion. Let's celebrate the wonderful women who bring light, empathy, and boundless greatness to our lives every day. Men the figures of malevolence, who all personify the very essence of darkness. The enigmatic antagonist, a creation of the underworld whose actions are driven by a malevolent force, and a twisted psyche that revels in chaos and destruction. Hearts devoid of empathy, and a mind entangled in the web of sinister intent, serving as a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within the human psyche. Actions, shrouded in the cloak of sexism, challenge the very core of our understanding of morality.
You see the difference? Just displayed in sports. If you see the goalie or a player injured, you should stop play. That is the gentleman thing to do. That is the moral thing to do. If you are in a position where you can stop a player from getting injured, where that player was falling on his head, the other guy supported his body. What did the woman do? Stepped on the woman's lower back. That could cause permanent injury with the studs going into her back. When the goalkeeper is injured, no, she saw that as an opportunity to score. No goalkeeper? Yeah, we could score easily. That's the difference between males and females. Women are ruthless in the way they conduct life. It's all about them. And this is the society that we live in. And I have to bring this forth so that, ladies, you can see how bad you've gotten. And you have to recognize that this is what men see nowadays. That's why we're not interested in relationships with this type of women.
Erase that.
Lady, are you crazy? Whoa, lady.
Or I'll punch the fuck out of you.
Hey, lady, you're crazy.
Erase
Lady. Fucking move, bitch. Fucking no, you can't hit me. Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got your...
See, this is the thing. Gentlemen, keep those cameras rolling. It's the only way you're going to protect yourself. Until judges start looking at all of these cases, even without a camera, and ask women, what did you do to provoke this man to retaliate? Keep those damn cameras rolling, my friend, because that's not happening. Men are always seen and shown in the light that he was the instigator. And I'm not saying that men aren't sometimes, but we're seeing more and more cases where women know that they can get away with violence. They're going to be the ones that attack first. That's the problem.
This is a problem. There's some mental instability here. There's some spiritual instability here. Because you're not going to tell me that you twerking, turning your tail up in a 2-3-year-old's face. You're not going to tell me that just goes away. You're not going to tell me that doesn't have long-term damage, long-term impact going forward. And whatever seeds you plant in a child, that's what's going to sprout. And if all you have to plant is to turn your tail up in a twerking in a 3-year-old face, then you just go sit down and you probably shouldn't be having no more children. Now that's just a thing. You probably shouldn't even really be around children. It's not just old men somewhere looking at stuff that they shouldn't be looking at on the internet, and we want to put that P label on it. We're going to start putting a label on this type of activity, and we're going to see whether or not that calm that down. Okay? Because grooming and all this stuff comes in different shapes and forms and fashions.
So these women are at a 3-year-old party, and they're twerking on Woody. Jeez. Oh, I just want you guys to imagine for a second all the men at that party, right? And the mascot was Cinderella, and all of these guys started grinding on Cinderella. Imagine that just for a second, just for a second. What would happen? All the men start humping on Cinderella, laughing, ha 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 ha, just like these women are twerking on the mascot. What's his name? Woody, the guy from Toy Story. Imagine that. We have now become a society, especially in the black community, where it's all about sex and violence. Sex and violence, that's it. But it's coming from women, a much larger degree. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. And because they think they can get away with the violence, it's getting worse. 411 Shawty London said, not one father in sight. Exactly. Kevin Ross says, charge them all. That's a form of sexual abuse in my opinion. Iron GS said, hey, they're just having fun. It's not that serious. Or whatever some would say. Yeah, that's what they all say. The second a woman get caught with this bad, lustful, disgusting behavior, the first thing we'll say, oh, we're just having fun. It was just innocent fun. Yeah, imagine a man or 2 or 3 men grinding on Cinderella. All we can, we're just having fun, man. Yeah, we're just having fun. No big deal. Why you guys taking it so serious? Imagine that. Drakey 2 times said, dare black man, fight for full custody. It's a cruel world, my friends. Mr. Jaco said, but some will swear it's cultural and it comes from Africa. They know damn well they've never been to Africa. Now, I want to show you that the violence isn't just, allocated to the black community. I want to show you something else.
Was he wrong for this?
emasculating him in the middle of the mall while simultaneously putting the child's life in danger. They was already by the rail. Kid could have tipped over. Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened in that moment, but she didn't care. Now, if you catch it from right there, if you caught it from right there, what does that look like? That looks like a man abusing a woman. Life is all about perspective. If you caught this from the beginning, you would see he's just defending himself after extending so much grace and displaying so much patience with her. But if you catch it towards the middle, he's abusing her. And this is why we have to question everything. We got to question it. And we have to be objective. Things like this happen every day. It's a dirty game. And I'm glad they're not black. You know, they act like only black people do negative shit. So I'm glad they wasn't black. I'm glad. Stay focused, though.
Women know that they're not going to win a physical fight. They never can. Even if the guy can't fight. I saw this morning. A bull decides to approach two rhinos. This is the equivalent of a woman trying to fight with a man. Why would this idiot think that he would stand up next to a 2-ton freaking animal and just get tossed around like a toy? And even when the woman is heavier than the man, because a lot of women are much bigger than freaking men these days because they're fat, she still thinks that she can beat a man. It blows my mind.
Who's in the wrong? Did he go too far?
Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Imagine if we had saw this video at just the halfway mark. Imagine if we did not see the lead up. What would your perspective or perception have been of that young man? It's a dirty game. Kings, one of the worst things that can ever happen is you allowing your girl to hit you in a relationship. One, because it won't stop. It only is going to get worse and occur more and more from there. Two, she doesn't fear you. She has no fear of consequence, and she's going to continue to do it. Three, she has no respect for you. And once there's no more respect in a relationship, that shit is dead.
Oh, I heard no lies there, my friend. I just thought I'd bring you some of this brother's videos because he's another brother there that's really trying to get the message across to protect young men. Chase Green. Brother, I thank you for bringing these videos, man, because, gentlemen, you got to know how to protect yourself. If you don't have time to pull out that camera, get out of the situation. Get out. Be stoic. Control your emotions. Get out of the situation. If she follows you, pull out the camera, start recording immediately. Protect yourself, gentlemen, because a lot of these women, they feel that because they have full and utter belief of society and the law that they can get away with it. Otherwise, you end up like him, crying like a little bee because a woman have mentally destroyed you. I don't know the reason there, but no man should be crying like that in front of a woman because of a woman. Shouldn't be sitting in her car. Should be your car, brother. So listen, guys, man. I know this one was a little dark to say the least, but I got to bring you realities of life. And I'm trying to get you all to protect yourself, gentlemen. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to put your foot down. You got to know who to have kids for. Wrap it up, my friends. Wrap it up. You do not want to have a child for the wrong woman. And you do not want to know a woman any less than 3 years before you throw your seeds in her. I'm telling you, 3 years. She can't pretend that long. 3 years, give her 3 years. Then you can decide whether she's yours or not. Woman, 6 to 9 months. If the man cannot commit and show you an indication that he wants to marry you in that time period, he's not the guy. And here's the reason for that. Women can pretend a lot longer than men. That's why men, you have to give them 3 years minimum before you even decide to have a child with them or even give them any sort of commitment period. That means move in. That means marriage or have a child. Those are the serious three. Women, you don't have a lot of time. If the guy can't show you some indication within 9 months that he's the one, because men can't pretend that long. So that woman at the beginning, she's talking crap. Men can't pretend that long. If he hasn't indicated that he wants to go into a long-term situation, get out if that's your plan. If you want to get married, don't stay in a relationship any more than 9 months. Do not waste a lot of time with a man who has no serious intentions. If you have serious intentions. If you have no serious intention, take as long as you want. Your life, okay? So my friends, I'm going to wrap it up there. Please, let's have some comments in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. Go over to askanolderman.com, book a session with me, or join the community, all right? So until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. See you in the next one. Cheers.